following is a special presentation of Big Pauly's World of Sports Sims, alternating the reality of sports and entertainment since 2020. And hello, everybody, and welcome to a live version of the HTFL, Monday night game on a Friday. Big Pauly coming to you live and in color, if you will. Because here in Tampa, there was a Rays game. They played their opening day game against Baltimore. Baltimore lost 2-1. Big surprise there, right? And the Rays won their first game of the season. I have Ella the cat with me. You might see her every now and then. So I'll disappear. We'll go through the games that we missed this week before we get to our Friday night game, which is a Monday night game. Well, you know. And that will be Washington and Philadelphia will be our first stop. Washington. Do they win? Yes, they do. But they struggle against Philly, 22-17. So we are live. We're going to show you the box score. We're going to let you peruse the stats. And it was Brown who was the MVP of the game. And your team stats, you see there, 404 for Philly, 351 for Washington. And we get to the gold player stats, and you see them there. And you see that, Washington got 9 points in the fourth quarter to get to 22-17 victoire. And it was Jurgensen having a good day. McCoy had a good day, 16, 131, but the Eagles now fall to 2-12. Leading catcher was Ertz, 9 for 80, but Larry Brown out of the backfield, 5 for 113. Leading tackler was Houston, 12 tackles. So Washington is now 11-3. They win by 5. And let me just check this down real quick and see if the stats will update. No, they will not. The reason why I wanted to show that is with a 5-point win, Washington is now plus 98. Chicago is plus 87. So should they win by 12 points or more against Indianapolis, they will be the number 1 seed. I will not be able to update the stats in terms of the number 1 seed, the seedings, but I will do that first thing on the Monday telecast when we start week 15. So Baltimore and Carolina played, and your winner there, 24-3 Carolina. In my mind, I'm going to Carolina. And here are the stats. We'll just run through the initial stats. Cam Newton had a good day, 2 touchdown passes. Team stats. You see them there, 307 for Carolina. Baltimore didn't even make it to the red zone after beating Buffalo. I guess they kind of shot their wad and couldn't beat Carolina. And your player stats, you see them there. Newton, 18 of 38. Williams had an 82-yard effort. Olsen, 6 for 83, and nobody had more yardage. And your leading tackler was 13 for Ray Lewis, but they couldn't win the game. 24-3 Carolina, your winner. They have an outside chance of making the playoffs right now, 4-10. The cut line going into this week was 7-6, and we'll catch up on that on Monday and see where the cut line is. Of course, I have cut lines on my mind because Tiger Woods, the last I saw, was struggling to make the cut at Augusta. He faltered a little bit today as I record this on April 8, 2022. We'll go to St. Louis and Detroit. Two teams struggling, trying to get a foothold into the playoff race. It's 31-16, the Maroons prevailing over the Lions, and we'll go through this. Lomax was the MVP, threw 3 touchdown passes in a row in a 31-16 win. Your team stats: 489 for Detroit, but St. Louis at 228 was all they needed. And they were almost out time possessed 2-1, but again, all they needed was a few breaks here and there, and they won the game. Lomax, 12 of 34, 195, but 12 of those completions resulted in 3 touchdowns. Sanders, 13 carries, 75 yards, a 5.8 average. Marshall Faulk had 4 catches, but Moore had 8 for 103, and he was the only 100-yard receiver of the day. So St. Louis, 31-16, your winner. And that's how that went. I'm just checking, making sure I'm live on YouTube. So you're going to hear me. There we go. There we go. I'm live. So that is solved. 31-16. And stop by and say hi to me if you see this, just to know that I am live and in color. Green Bay and Cincinnati was the next game. And that was Cincinnati eking by Green Bay 36-34. Your MVP was Palmer of Cincinnati. And it was 36-24 at one point. And Green Bay got the last 10 points to make it close. But no cigar for the Packers. And that's kind of been their wont all year. 847 yards of total offense. We had 52 plays for Green Bay, 67 for Cincinnati. So I thought I would do this game live tonight to try to cut down on the turnaround time for you all. Of course, if I do a game live, there is no turnaround time. You're seeing things a few seconds after I record them. And let's see here. Who's the MVP? I already forgot. It was Carson Palmer. And he went 27 of 40, 324, 1 pick, 3 touchdowns. Dillon, 20 carries, 111 yards. Green, 9 for 128. Hushman's right behind him, 7 for 102. But Kaufman had 5 catches for 130 yards to lead everybody. So that's your final, 36-34. Green Bay probably not going to make the playoffs at 4-10. Cincinnati very much in the hunt at 9-5. Monday, we did Buffalo over New England, 27-14. We did that on PayHip. That was my last PayHip game to date. And we did New York beating Philly. No, not Philly, but Pittsburgh, 28-14. We did Cleveland, 27-10 over Minnesota. Miami and Jacksonville, we did not do. And we'll tell you, Miami won 15-7 there. And Miami got a touchdown, 2 field goals, and a deuce. The old safety, Manny Fernandez, picked up a safety. They were in a game earlier this year with Tennessee where it ended on a safety in overtime. And, Jacksonville held to just 96 yards. Ouch. On the whole game, and Miami didn't do too much better at 277. Was the weather conditions bad? It was 68, a 5 to 15 mile an hour wind. And Marino, 20 of 38, 185. His rating was 33.3. It was actually less than Burnell, went 16 of 28, 99 yards, and his rating was 49.6. Taylor had the best rushing day, if you could believe that, 12 of 64. Most catches, looks like McMichaels and Jones-Drew each had 8, but 79 yards for McMichael led everybody in terms of yardage. And your leading tackler in this game was Zach Thomas with 10. So it's 15-7, Miami over Jacksonville. And now we'll go over to Atlanta. We played, by the way, that was one of the best games I have had all year, Tampa Bay, Houston, right up there with Detroit, Minnesota a few weeks ago. So New Orleans traveling to Atlanta, who was 7-6, and Atlanta prevailing 38-21. They were 7 points shy. If they'd gotten another touchdown in their game with Miami, they would have been in that 16 seed. So we'll see how they fare Monday when I do the projections. I'm not going to be able to do it on the fly tonight, so we will do it first thing Monday. And I showed you the projections on Monday anyway this week. So 38-21. It was Ryan, the MVP, who, of course, now is with the Indy Colts. It looks like he threw 1, 2, 3 touchdown passes to White Mitchell. Team stats, 490, 265. Yankees won in extra innings. I know that. I think Detroit won a game late. So we had a lot of afternoon games this April 8th because the regular season of 2022 getting started a week late. Last I heard, Tiger would be able to make the cut, but I don't know how he finished up. He was faltering a little bit. And Ryan, 26, 38, 380, 3 touchdowns. Dickerson, 16 of 85. And most catches was White at 8. But Julio Jones, oh, what a day he had. 7 for 205 yards. 205 yards. And Jackson had the most tackles, 8 for New Orleans. So Atlanta 38-21. New Orleans now fading from the playoff picture. An important game here for Dallas. If they win, they keep the South Division lead, and they'd be a number 4 seed projected. If it's one of those, if the playoffs ended today, well, they couldn't get up to 11-3, just winning once. So Dallas, did they win 30-7? They had no trouble with Tennessee. Don Meredith started for Dallas. Surprise, surprise. And Meredith took MVP honors. And here are your team stats. I always like to show another lethargic performance offensively, this time for Tennessee, 97 yards. And that be it. Meredith, 23 of 43, 298, an 83.3 rating, 1 touchdown. Elliott, 10 carries, 73 yards. That everybody. We had Burford of the Dallas Texans, so he qualifies as a Dallas Cowboy, and Johnson each with 6 catches. Yardage leader was Jason Witten, 5 for 89. And Howley had 6 tackles to lead Dallas, but Brown had 9 to lead Tennessee and both teams. So your score there was 30-7. Dallas still atop the South Division, a game over Tampa Bay at 10-4. They'll be the 4 seed, as you'll have at least one team in each of the other divisions at 11-3. If Chicago wins, they will at least be a number 2. They'll have a better point differential than San Francisco. But as I was saying earlier, if they win by more than 12 points, they would be number 1. If the playoffs were today. But of course, they're not today. We still have 4 more weeks left in the season. So we have 2 more games to do. I take that back. We have 3 more games to do. San Diego and Arizona, teams fighting for probably draft position. Probably not going to do season 3 until 2023. I would like to do a season replay using Action PC Football in the fall if I have the time. 27-13, San Diego over Arizona. It would be a weekend project. I would like to do the 72 season because this is the 50th anniversary of the last season where you had an undefeated team in Miami. And I wouldn't mind replaying that again, and I would do 3 games. I do whatever the lead CBS game was, whatever the NBC game was, and the Monday Night Football game. And then after about 5 weeks, I would just pick the CBS and NBC games unless it was Thanksgiving or something like that. But anyway, so that's my plan as of now, is to do a 72 season in the fall and then maybe HTFL season 3 at the start of 2023. So 27-13. San Diego won. Rivers MVP, your team stats. Neither team all that spectacular. San Diego got drubbed by Denver at home last week. And here are your player stats. Rivers, 25 of 33, 214 yards. Tomlinson, 14 of 77. Harmon with the most catches, 8 for 65. But Bolden of Arizona had 6 for 73. And your leading tackler was Miller, 11 for Arizona. So again, your final in that tilt was San Diego defeating Arizona. Oh, I have comments. I have comments up here. And I will say hello to Al, Red Sox fan. Oh, yeah, all is well. My Rays won. So I'm very, very happy about that, winning that opening game. I don't have big expectations for them this year, but a lot of the baseball experts thinking that it's going to be a very tight race between everybody in the division except Baltimore. So this ought to be a fun ride. San Diego 5-9, as is Arizona. Las Vegas trying to hang on to their projected playoff spot, and they do 25-22 over Los Angeles. Los Angeles has been awfully sloppy this year, and this was a back and forth game. Tucker hitting actually Vegas scored twice in the last 2 minutes. Tucker hitting a 61-yard field goal. Whoa. At the end of the game, and they were chasing around 2-point conversions in the fourth quarter, it looks like. And the Ironmen win 25-22, so they would be a low seed in the playoffs, but they would make it as things stand now. Here are your team stats. 366, 271. LA had 81 plays in 30 minutes, and Vegas had 64. Wow. And that was because Goff threw a lot of passes, 23 of 56, 280, but Carr had the better game, 26 of 43, 220, 81.5. McCutcheon, 53 yards, led everybody. Christensen had 8 catches, 84 yards. And Brown, though, Tim Brown had 86 for the Rams. Combination of the Rams, the Raiders, the Chargers when they played in L.A., the Dons of the AAFC. Collins led everybody for Vegas with 9. Vegas is basically at this point, you have a few Vegas Raiders on the team, but these are rejects off of all of the other teams. Good depth as Vegas prevails 25-22. Surprisingly good depth for Vegas. And they're probably going to make the playoffs. It's going to be, I give them 50-50 right now. And our last stop before we do our Indy-Chicago game, our Monday night game on a Friday night, is going to be Kansas City and Seattle. Kansas City, 8-5. They would have playoff position the way things stand now. 21-3, so they're going to stay in the playoff chase, beating Seattle, which kind of mimicking their 2021. They're rather hapless. Charles was the game MVP. Richardson with a 4-yard run. Robinson, 28-yard kick return. And Charles sealing the deal with a 50-yard run on a cold day at Quest Field. There are the team stats, 291, 215. Kansas City 57 and 57 plays in Seattle 58. Garrett Cole got into it with Billy Crystal, apparently, from what I have been reading at opening day at the Yankee Stadium. I'm rolling my eyes telling you all of this. Will Smith got a 10-year ban from the Oscars for that little slap fight he had with Chris Rock. 18 for 32, Montana, 142 yards. Russell Wilson, 15 of 40, and he also threw for 142 yards. Charles, 12 carries, 122 yards. Charles, 6 catches. And Rice had the yardage lead at 46. Yes, Jerry Rice plays for Seattle because at one point he played for Seattle in his NFL career. So there goes that score, and we'll get to our main event, which is going to be the game here between Indianapolis and not Indianapolis and Chicago. Like I said, Chicago, a 12-point win or more, they will be the number one seed, projected number one seed, if the playoffs were today, which they are not. So we'll get this game started. Oh, before I do, let me show you the games we're going to do next week on the Big Pauly's World of Sports Sims YouTube channel. It's divisional play. And our game on Monday night will stay the same, Pittsburgh and Baltimore. Could see that game on Sunday Night Football in a modern era. So let's look at the Eastern games. Buffalo, Washington 17, Philadelphia, Carolina, who cares? New England, New York 17, and what is the other Eastern game? Okay. What is the other Eastern game? Thinking about it, folks. Hang on. Washington, North Carolina. Oh, Pittsburgh, Baltimore, and we're already doing that. So my pick is going to be New England, New York for Monday. Then I'm looking at the games in the North Division. Detroit, Green Bay, no. Cincinnati, Chicago, I'll put down as a yes. There's 19 combined wins in St. Louis, Minnesota, 16. And we have Tampa Bay, Atlanta with 17 combined wins, 11 for Jacksonville. Houston, only 7 for Tennessee. I'm going to do Miami and Dallas. And that will probably be the Wednesday game. Then I'm looking at the Western games. Kansas City, San Diego, 14. Vegas, Denver, looking like that'll be the pick. Yep, that'll be the pick. Las Vegas and Denver. And then we'll do Pittsburgh, Baltimore a week from tonight. So let's do Indianapolis and Chicago. Please don't hit the auto button, Pauly. There we go. And I shaved 10 degrees off the temperature for the Monday night game. New startup item detected. Well, thank you very much. Just what I needed to see in a live broadcast when I can't do anything about it. I always shave 10 degrees off the temperature when it's played at an outdoor stadium on Monday night, 22 degrees and a very light wind. I'll play as Chicago. The computer will play as Indianapolis, and off we go. Thought we would do this game live, just to shave a little time on the turnaround of the production of this game. It is Andrew Luck against Sid Luckman. Luckman back behind the center as the play caller. He was not in the last couple of games for Chicago. You got Andrew Luck, and your coin flip's going to go Chicago's way. We will defer. We are in the dark squares in Indianapolis at 4 and 9. Will be the team in the white squares. Wilkins for Dan and Bentley. Albert Bentley back deep. We're underway from Chicago, and that is a return of 22. Buffone on the stop for Chicago. Give myself 2 chances of getting that last name right. Offensive starters for Indianapolis. James and Potts are your running backs. Harrison and Wayne are your 2 wideouts in the base formation. Dallas Clark is the tight end. Andrew Luck out of Stanford. Hinton, Lilia, Saturday, Solt, and Glenn. Don't think we've had Indianapolis too many times during this season in the HTFL. First and 10 at the 27. They did make the semis last year in the Hometown Bowl playoffs. Incomplete. Pass interference, defense. Number 81, automatic. First down. They get Night Train Lane for pass interference. He's on the Bears because he is a former Chicago Cardinal. So they are welcome to join the Bears. Their defensive lineup, Atkins, Dent, McMichael, and Chambers, your front 4. Fortunato, Urlacher, and Briggs, your linebackers. Night Train Lane, Tillman, Carrier, not the Mark Carrier of the Bucks, but the Mark Carrier of the Bears, and Gary Fensick are your defensive backs. First and 10 from the 44. Very light wind should favor each quarterback. Pass interference, defense. Number 81, automatic. That is not a recording. Back-to-back PIs for Night Train Lane. 1st and 10 at the Chicago 43 now. Pitch. James, and he's going to struggle to get back to the line, but he does. Briggs on the stop for Chicago. Just getting started. If you are just tuning in, yes, we are live tonight. 2nd and 10 from the 43. And that is going to be James, the edge, tackled by Urlacher for a loss of a yard. 3rd and 11 at the 44, 13:36. And luck, finding luck, but not enough luck, as Harrison completes the pass for luck. 9-yard gain, but too short of the first. So they will try here a 52-yard field goal. I'll tell you who kicked it in a moment. And that was Vanderjack, but it went wide left, no good. And Chicago will have excellent field position at their own 42. And their offensive lineup, Peyton and Kelliger are the running backs. Hill and Graham in the base formation are the wideouts. Ditka, Iron Mike Ditka, the tight end. Sid Luckman, your quarterback. Connor, Sorey, Turner, Ramsey, and Covert, your offensive lineman. And we'll go through the defense of Indianapolis in just a minute. To Sweetness, trap right. And he gains 2 yards. Brock on the stop for the Colts. For the Colts defensively, it's Freeney, Mathis, Siragusa, and Brock, your front four. And, of course, Siragusa and Brock are both just 6s. In a season replay, that'd be acceptable, but when you're putting the all-time greats against the all-time greats, that's not a good defensive look. Bickett, Freeman, Washington are the linebackers in 8-7-7. Buchanan and Daniels, both 7. Sanders and Bethea, a 9 and an 8 safety. 2nd and 8, we will go to Kelliger. Trap right. Just get the inside running game going, but that's no gain. Washington on the stop. So they'll go 3 wide. That'll bring in Curtis Conway. And we will look to Harlan Hill on 3rd and 8. There's 42 dropping back, and that was mistimed. An incomplete pass. And nearly said Denver. Chicago will send Ed Brown to punt the ball away. 4th and 8. And that was returned by Wilkins, 8 yards. Punt went 43. You take the punt, you subtract the yardage on the return, 43 minus 8, you get the net. You get the net of 35 yards. 1st and 10 at the 21. Little football stat keeping 101 for you. 1st and 10 at the 21. 10:24 left. And that is James, a 4-yard gain. Carrier making the tackle there. 10:17 left to go in the first quarter. We have no score as of yet. Ball to 25. And this is going to be Edgar and James with the first down. That's a pickup of 8 yards. And it's Briggs making the stop for Chicago. 1st and 10 at the 33. And James again, a 7-yard gain this time. Night Train Lane bringing him out of bounds. So move the ball up to the 40-yard line for a 2nd and 3. And that is an incomplete pass intended for Harrison. Harrison, of course, out of the Qs, Syracuse University. And it's 3rd and 3 for the Colts at their own 40, almost midway through the opening quarter. Incomplete, looking for Edgar and James. And it's punting time for the Colts again. Is that Pat McAfee I see back there? Oh, a good punt. No, it's Gardocki who is punting the ball for Indianapolis. It was a 60-yard punt. Indianapolis has a slight wind advantage for quarters 1 and 4, meaning Chicago will get it for the middle quarters 2 and 3. 1st and 10, we're going to sweep it right with Walter Payton. See what little Walter can do. And Payton, a nice gain. That's going to be 10 yards, but just short of the first down. And We are going to go play action to Harlan Hill. Play action bomb route. And Luckman's going to scramble, and he'll pick up that yard or fraction of a yard that he needed for the first down. So now you have a 1st and 10 at the 31. 6:54 left first quarter if you're just tuning in. Offensive tackle right. And that's a gain of 6. Matthews jogging off out a few plays. 2nd and 4. The ball at the 37. And we're going to screen it to Peyton. And Peyton has it. A very good pass catcher out of the backfield. Probably underrated with the ratings he has in this game. A gain of 10. And it's 1st and 10 at the 47. We're going to go Kelliger, trap right. Bill Kelliger will gain 4 yards. Let's profile him real quick. He is out of Fordham University in the metropolitan New York City area. Of course, Vince Lombardi played at Fordham, part of the 7 Rocks of Granite line that they had back in the old days. We're going to go medium fly to Harlan Hill on 2nd and 6. And he's got it, and he's in the clear. He will score. Touchdown Bears. Harlan Hill, his 9th touchdown of the season. And it's 6-0 in favor of Sweet Home Chicago. Let's try the extra point by Harder. It is good. Wasn't too hard for him. 4:13 left in the opening quarter. 7-0. The Bears on top. Wilkins back deep again for the Colts, who have struggled this year without Peyton Manning, who's with Denver this season. Mathis called for holding, so Indy's going to be in a hole. 1st and 10 from the 9 with 4:01 left now in the opening frame. That is an incompletion. Looking for Harrison, broken up by Night Train Lane, making it 2nd and 10. And Luck off to an unlucky start, 1 for 4, 9 yards. And a marker before the play. Encroachment defense. Number 81, 5-yard penalty. That is Atkins. Atkins with the encroachment, which gives Indianapolis 5 yards of real estate, and that moves it to 2nd and 5 at the 14. 3:49 now left, and here's Luck going deep for Harrison, incomplete. Tipped by Night Train Lane, making it 3rd and 5 at the 14. Same spot, 3:36 left. Opening quarter, quick throw to Reggie Wayne. He picks up 5 yards, good enough for the first down. 1st and 10 at the 19. Well, I said there was 3:28 left earlier, didn't I? And that is James. James having some good carries, 11 yards. Night Train Lane on the stop. We'll profile James. Of course, he's out of the University of Miami. 6 carries, 29 yards. No catches as of yet. 1st and 10 at the 30. And this is going to be James again, another 6 yards. So they're slicing up that very good, should be on paper, a very good Chicago defense. Briggs made that stop. 2nd and 4 now from the 36. This is Potts. And Potts makes Urlacher tackle him. A gain of 6. 1st and 10 at the 42. 1:03 left to go. And that is Harrison. A gain of 15. Night Train Lane on the stop. And we have reached already the end of the first quarter. And your score is 7-0 in favor of Chicago. Now, because we're doing a live show, I'm going to do a commercial break for each quarter. And I'm going to show you commercial number 1. I will be back in 15 seconds. I love that little gimmick where you could now upload your video goes to YouTube. I think I might have broken out Red Sox fans' speakers there because that was a little too high on the levels. When I put it in my video editor, it comes out fine. But at least to my ears, to my headphones, that sounded a little loud. My goodness. So it's 7-0 in favor of the Bears. And we have 15 minutes left in the half, of course. 15 plays, 70 yards for Indianapolis, 8 rushes. Chicago, 6 rushes out of their 9 plays, 82 yards total. 1st and 10 from the 43. It's Luck. Finding Dallas Clark, and he's got a big gain. Rambles all the way down to the 11-yard line. A pickup of 32 yards before Mark Carrier made the tackle on him. 1st and 10 at the 11. And that is James, and they keep him at bay. Briggs making the stop. And that was the 9th play of the drive, so this will be number 10. Luck surveying. And that's an interception. Charles Tillman with his 4th pick of the year. Pulling for Sid Luckman in the Bears. What? Can hear anything. Thank you, Al. Thank you. Put that one on the screen. That was kind of apropos after that. That's the one problem with putting the videos up is it changes the level and it changes the pitch a little bit. Some of these commercials I put up. But all the videos that I use, I'm able to put up because they're short. Trap left Peyton, 1st and 10 from the 5. And I have Ella with me now. That is a gain of 11. No kidding. I have Ella right here. She's here somewhere. There she is. So Ella Cam. I'll put Ella Cam on for a little bit. 1st and 10 at the 16. So all of a sudden now I can't move my mouse. We'll go Kelliger off tackle right side.
Holding offense number 89.
Ditka called for holding. And it's 1st and 18 now from the 8. Just look beautiful, Ella. I think everybody loves a good looking cat. And we're gonna go medium fly route to Graham, 1st and 18 from the 8. Colts playing off deep and loose. That is incomplete. Didn't Luckman play out of Columbia? Yes, he did. And he was also a good defensive back from what I have read. Well, anyway, 2nd and 18. As you see my cat continue to look around. Screen to Walter Payton. Hey, got to keep the masses occupied. And Payton, I can come back to me now. Thank you very much. My Warren Sapp t-shirt. And that's a gain of 10. And Freeman brought him down. 3rd and 8. We'll go Ditka. Where is Ditka? There he is on the slant route. Al Red Sox fan says, hello, Ella. And Ditka made the grab. A gain of 14. And it's 1st and 10 at the 32. And Ella is now picking at one of the monitors. 1st and 10 at the 32. Dive Bill Kelliger. Now she's running across my screen. And I'll tell you in a moment what happened on the play once Ella moves her butt. Gain of 3. Mathis on the tackle. And it's 2nd and 7. Got to enjoy those moments. You can't just, be all pissy about it. Medium fly to Curtis Conway. Colts in a 4-2 man. And wide open is Conway. Gain of 20. So Ella just came and said hello, and now she's wandering off again. Buchanan on the tackle. Luckman is 5 for 7, 103 yards. He had been fighting most of the year with Tom Brady for the ratings lead in the HTFL. I know he missed the last couple of games, but I don't know if he is eligible to be rated. Pitch left to Walter Payton, 1st and 10 at the 45. Very accurate. And this is Payton on the loose, a gain of 14. Freeman on the stop. 9:07 left in the first half. We're going to go play action long to Hill. 1st and 10 at the 31. There's the throw, well covered by the Colts, and incomplete. Bob Sanders providing good coverage for the Indianapolis Colts. 2nd and 10. So we go back to the running game. And we'll just try to chop down the yardage here a little bit with Payton. Gain of 5. Perfect. 3rd and 5. 8:11 to go now. We'll go back to Ditka on the short cross. He's got it. That's at the 15. A gain of 13. Good thing about those old-time quarterbacks, when they complete a pass, it's usually for more yardage than you would see out of a modern-day quarterback. So those short passes are more than 10. Those medium passes are more than 20. Unlike the modern-day quarterbacks like your Tom Brady's, where if you complete a short pass, it's not for that many yards. We will go off tackle with Walter Payton. And Payton past the 10, down to the 5. A gain of 8. 7 carries, 56 yards. He has 2 catches for 20 as well. 6:37. And we'll try Ditka again on the slant. Might be a perfect time to try it. Incomplete. Coverage got to him at the last possible moment. And Luckman is now 6 of 10. Payton will go trap left with him. And that is a loss of a yard. 4th and 3 from the 6. They just need a field goal for a 2-possession lead, so we'll try it. Gould for 23 is good. It's 10-0. 5:05 left to go till halftime. Wilkins back deep for the Colts, who have gained some yardage but have no points to show for it. They have 102 total going into this possession on 18 plays, 9 rushes, 9 passes. 1st and 10 from the 20. And that is going to be a penalty.
Defense. Number 60, 5-yard penalty.
Now Red Sox fans saying, yep, when they threw, referring to Sid Luckman, autogram to Charlie Connerly, who I was just using this week or was playing against. When they threw, they wanted to get chunks of yards because the passing game was used rather sparingly back in their day. And so Chambers, a 5-yard penalty. 1st and 5 at the 25, 4:56 to go. And that is another catch for Harrison, who is up to 3 on the day. 5 yards, got the first down. 1st and 10 at the 30. And that's a sack for Mongo McMichael. 4-yard loss, 2nd and 14. From the 26, we have 4:03 to go. And Luck runs for a gain of 11, 3 yards shy of the first. 3rd and 3 at the 37. And that is another incompletion, looking for Roosevelt Potts. So that pass got panned by Potts. 4th and 3 at the 37. And here's your punt to McAfee. And McAfee will return at 9 yards, 36 on the punt. So the net was 27. 2:43 now left until the half. 10-0 in favor of Chicago. Trying to get this done. I know Dave Little usually does his NBA games on Friday night, so I'm going to try to get this done quick. And I figured if I did it live, it would probably be better. I'd probably take less time when we could get in and out before 8 o'clock, and it's 7:19 now. Sweep right, Gail Sayers. Check that out tonight if you have the time. Gain of 9. Saragusa is hurt. He is out for the game, so they have to put Ellis Johnson, who's only a 5 defensive tackle out of Florida. I think Dave is one of the better practitioners of basketball games here amongst us YouTube sports board game players, or like I like to call it, low tech sports game players. We're not playing Madden. We're not playing MLB The Show, although that's a great game. And we'll go to Gail Sayers, who comes in. And Gail Sayers, a gain of 9. Of course, his highlight this season was returning a kickoff for a touchdown in overtime against Cleveland, one of the fastest overtimes we've had in the HTFL either season. So we'll go to the 2-minute warning. It's 10-0 in favor of Chicago, and they're in no hurry right now with the 2-score lead, but I think they would like to get another score before the half. And we're going to go hitch to Ditka. He's got it. Another great catch. Great concentration from Mike Ditka. 3 catches, 42 yards. 1st and 10 at the 31. We will go no huddle. And we'll run the draw play here with Peyton. See if we can catch Indy napping. And Peyton into the secondary, but he fumbled. Indianapolis has it.
Defense. Number 41, 10-yard penalty, automatic, first down.
So the turnover will not count. And the personal foul is going to make it a 1st and goal at the 9. And each team still with all 3 of their timeouts. So we can be very patient and just run the ball here. Off tackle left, Peyton out of Jackson State. And he has a touchdown. 16-0 Bears. Minute 7 to go. And your extra point here by Harder is good. So it's 17-0 with a minute 7 left. And the time of the drive took 6 plays, 64 yards. A very robust, a minute 36. And we'll kick deep to Wilkins. And he returns at 16 yards from the 4 to the 20 as Ellie again jumps up on the table, wondering who I'm talking to. And it's T.Y. Hilton coming in as a 3rd running back. And it's 1st and 10 from the 20. I try to be welcoming. I try not to make Ellen an intrusion on me. 4-yard gain. And Urlacher picks up his 100th tackle of the season. And let's see. Do the Colts call time? 42 seconds left. No, they're going to keep the clock running. Maybe they want to warm up in the locker room at halftime. 2nd and 6 from the 24. This is going to be Potts, a gain of 3. I have no need of calling a timeout either. 30 seconds left. 3rd and 3 at the 27. Do they run another play? It's a pitch to Edge. And Edge, he's loose. He picked up a gain of 20. 1 second left to go. Now, do the Colts call time? That's a very good question here. No, they do not. They're going to let it go to halftime. They're going to let it go. They could have called a play and run a Hail Mary. So that's a little surprising. Your score right now, 17-0. We'll be back after this commercial for the Pauly Talks Wrestling podcast. Okay, folks, I was doing a little dancing here in my seat to the bumper music of Pauly Talks Wrestling. I've already recorded the most recent episode. It will be up for most of you to hear some point after 6 o'clock tomorrow. I talk about what I think will be happening in WWE and AEW 1 year from now. So that ought to be a good episode. And Ellie took off again. So there's that. And right now your score is 17-0. Chicago dominating. 24 plays, 141 yards for Indy. Chicago getting all the breaks in that first half. 27 plays, 233, 16 rushes. And Indy had 13 rushes. And Chicago will receive to start the second half. We have Sayers, Sano, and Manning back deep for the Bears. And we'll get it started. And this is Sayers from like about the 2 or the 3. And he's got another big gain, 44 yards, but it's going to come back. Atkins on the infraction. So it's 1st and 10 from the 6. Don't really think it matters to the Bears right now. Dive, Peyton, 1st and 10. 8 in the box for Indy. They could put 11 in the box. They're really not going to have the defense to prevent these runs. 4-yard gain. Johnson making the stop for the Colts. 2nd and 6. So I think you'll see a heavy diet of running. Sweep right, Kelliger. And Kelliger gets them a little closer, 2 yards to make it 3rd and 4. We'll change the formation up a little bit. We'll just put Peyton in as the lone running back in a double tight end set, 2 wide receivers. And the analytics say if you go off tackle right, it's a 67% chance of a first down. And we have a penalty.
Holding. Offense. Number 81.
And they get Graham for holding. Didn't get the first down anyway. 4th and a yard, and obviously we're not going to go for it here. So we put Ed Brown in to punt. And the punt wasn't bad. Went 47. Wilkins, a return of 11 yards, so the net will be 36. So can the Colts get anything going here? 1st and 10 at their own 49. Good field position. 13-18 to go. Potts, a gain of 5. Carrier on the stop for the Bears. 2nd and 5 from the 46. And that is a 2-yard gain for Edgar and James, who's now up to 57 yards on 10 carries. 3rd and 3 at the 44. Incomplete, overthrew Potts there. So the Colts will have to punt. I will watch for a fake. But they do punt it away. And Gardaki with the punt to the sideline that's out at the 12. The punt went 32 yards. 1st and 10 at the 12. Dive play, Walter Payton. And Payton, a 4-yard gain. 2nd and 6. We'll pitch to Kelliger. Give him a few touches. And how far does Kelliger get? 3 yards. So it's 3rd and 3. Back to Payton. And I'm going to go trap left in the double tight end set. And there's Payton into the secondary. Gain of 11 yards. 1st and 10. Payton now up to 98 yards. Too shy of the hundo, as I like to call it. Payton again. We'll try to get it here. And he does get it here. 106 yards on the day after that gain of 8. 2nd and 2, 8:52 left in the 3rd. Oh, I know what I could do here. The old play action bomb to Harlan Hill on 2nd and 2. There's the throw. Looks like Hill might be open. Touchdown, Chicago. That went 62 yards real quick. Harlan Hill, 2 long catches today. He's on 111 yards on just 2 catches. He's had 2 big passing plays go to him. So it's 23-0. Your point after good, and Indianapolis in the deep freeze with a 24-0 deficit with 8 minutes left to go in the 3rd quarter. Wilkins back deep for the Colts. Touchback. So Luck 5 of 12 for 148, not 148 yards, 66 yards passing. Chicago's really kept him in check all game. Incompletion again, looking for Potts. And when he has thrown incompletions, he's usually been the intended receiver. 3rd and 10 at the 20. 7:57 left. And this is going to be batted at the line by Dent. Another incompletion. Luck off today. I would agree with that assessment. 3rd and 10 from the 20. And incomplete, looking for James. Would have been iffy if he had caught it, whether or not he would have made the first. 4th and 10, back to the Bears. As Al Red Sox fan is saying, McAfee, the return, 6 yards.
10-yard penalty.
Goldberg called for a holding. 1st and 10 at the 33. Run right, Peyton. And Peyton this time with 7 yards. So he'll keep chugging. And it is 2nd and 3, 7:26 left to go. We'll go play action to Graham, go long. Why not? It's been working well. And there you go. Play for 40 yards for Graham. We'll profile him real quick out of the Ohio State University. 42 catches for 720 coming into that game. So that was his 73rd, and he's now up to 760 on the season. 1st and 10 at the 23. We'll go Kelliger in case they're keying on Walter. And Indianapolis looking confused. Well, they've been confused defensively the whole game. So that's a timeout. They'll have 2 left. 1st and 10 at the 23. Trap right. And Peyton will pick up 5. Sorey goes to the sidelines. He's the left guard. Out for a few plays. So Mark Bortz, I remember him blocking for Jim McMahon in the 80s Bears. 2nd and 5 now. And we'll go again to Kelliger on the dive. And he's going to be close to the first, but he doesn't get it. 3rd and inches at the 13. Really doesn't matter if they get the first down or not. We're going to go the double tight end stretch where you bring your left side of the line over and they're pulling for Walter Payton. And he loses 2. Brackett on the stop. Well, either way, it's a 4-score game. If they hit the field goal or if they get the touchdown, and even if they went for 2 and got it, it would still be a 4-score game at 32. So they'll bring in Gould. This is from 32. He gets it. It's 27-0 now in favor of the Bears and a few of the Cardinals. 4:40 left. Quarter number 3. Wilkins now will take it. I think that was a yard deep in his end zone. And the return 24 yards out to the 23. 1st and 10 from there. I am thinking about doing more live broadcasts, by the way. 1st and 10 at the 23 with 4:25 left. And, oh, my goodness.
The previous play is under review.
We'll check this.
Upon further review, the passer's arm was coming forward. Incomplete.
So they are saying no fumble. It looked like for a moment that Chicago would have gotten the ball back again on the turnover. Indy has only had 1 turnover in this game. It seems like they've had like 3 or 4. 2nd and 10 at the 23. And, this is 13, T.Y. Hilton, and he's got a big gain. This could be a house call, and it will be. Touchdown, Colts. So just when you knock them for dead, Luck throws a 77-yarder there to Hilton, and it's 27-6 with 3:53 left. The kick is good by Vanderchick. I would have gone for 2 personally because if you get 3 2-point conversions, that's 24 points, and then all you would need is a field goal. Yes, it's a long shot because a 2-point conversion, the success rate is generally 50-50. So you hit your 50-50 play 3 times in a row. That's about a 12.5 percentage. So Sayers back deep for Chicago. It's a long shot, but I would have tried it. Sayers at either the 2 or the 3, returning at 27 yards to the 30. So we started from the 3. 3:42 left. And the Bears still lead by 19. Peyton, outside run, 1st and 10. And Peyton, 7 more yards. He's at a $123 on the day. And I think this is where we go play action short to, how about Duel? We'll profile him if he makes the catch. There you go. 13-yard gain. Look at Luckman. He's 10 for 14, 246. And we'll show you Mr. Duel from the post-war Bears at 5 tight end, but he could also play defensive end. 1st and 10 from the 50. Screen to Peyton. And he was a master at taking those screens and doing something with them on those 80s Bears team. But that time Peyton bobbled it, couldn't hold on. And we'll go back to Peyton off tackle right. 1:54 to go in the 3rd, and Peyton picking up 9. 3rd and a yard at the 41. I think this is where we go play action short again to Ditka. Indy playing back, and Ditka slips right in there, makes an 18-yard gain. And the Bears keep rolling along. It's 27-7. It's a 20-point game. I was thinking of that too. Colts going for 2. That's why I said it was 19. It's a 20-point game. 27-7. Trap left Peyton. 1st and 10 from that 23-yard line spot. A gain of 2 for Peyton. That'll do it for quarter number 3, I believe. Yes. And your score right now is 27-7. We have one more commercial, but it's a gentle one. It's a very, very gentle one. We'll be back in 15 seconds. If you like the video you're watching, feel free to use the Amazon link provided. I'll put it in the description down below. tinyurl.com. I'll have to edit the description down below because I just gave a description of the game and I didn't put all the plugs that I normally put in my YouTube videos. So I'll just do a little editing and put it in the show notes below. Well, anyway, 4th quarter, it's the Colts with 225 yards, 32 plays, 17 passes. Bears at 434, 30 rushes, 16 passes, and 46 plays. So this one is looking all over but the shouting. But you never know. There is enough time for the Colts to make a comeback should they want to. And it's going to go to Peyton. Peyton, another 1st down. Rambles down to the 7. Buchanan making the tackle. And it's 1st and goal at the 7. Fans across the country watching this game on Monday night probably already turning their sets off. Off tackle left Peyton. 1st and goal at the 7. He is trapped behind the line by Johnson. So 2nd and goal from the 8. And we'll go Kelliger. Trap right. And Kelliger gaining 2. That's 7 carries, 19 yards for Bill Kelliger. 3rd and goal from the 6. I will look to Duel on the slant. And Duel has a touchdown. Touchdown, Bears. It's 33-7. I don't want to go for 2. No real need to go for 2. So I'll kick the extra point. If it went for 2, it would be 35-7, of course. Harder with the point after. It is 34-7. If the score stays that way next time I have the ball, probably going to put some reserves in. Wilkins for Dan and Bentley back deep. And it's going to be taken by one of those upbacks, Clarence Verdun, who I remember from the Houston Gamblers back in the 80s in the old USFL. They'll be starting up next weekend. Pierre Garçon comes in as the fourth wideout. So let's go through the receivers. We got Hilton up here, the left split end. Harrison is in the left slot. Wayne is in the right slot, and Garçon is the right split end. 1st and 10 at the 29. And it's Luck, and he finds Harrison, a gain of 9. Only the 7th completion for the day for Mr. Andrew Luck. I don't know if I called him Oliver Luck earlier. Oliver Luck was his father. One point, he was a commissioner of the XFL, if I remember correctly, a couple of years ago. Gain of 9 for Garçon. Carrier on the tackle. 1st and 10 at the 47. Oh, there's talk about the XFL coming back to life. Incompletion for Luck trying to get it to James. There was supposed to be an announcement a few days ago about whether or not the XFL would be coming back in 2023. 2nd and 10 at the 47. They pretty much got shut down by the pandemic. Oh, that's a nice grab there for T.Y. Hilton. And Andrew Luck goes over 3,000 yards on the season, 3,014 after that gain of 16. Garçon, not Garçon, I'm thinking of T.Y. Hilton. Hilton with 2 catches, 93 yards now for the Colts. 1st and 10 at the 37. And Hilton again, a gain of 16. Now he has that 100-yard plateau, that hundo. 1st and 10 from the 21, 9:52 left. Pitch, James, and James will get a first down all by his own. Gain of 11. Gary Fensick on the tackle. 1st and goal at the 10. Incomplete. Looking for Garçon, tipped by Carrier. 2nd and goal. Luck now 10 of 23, 193 yards. 8:18 left. Incomplete.
Holding offense. Number 65, 10-yard penalty.
They get Lilia for the hold. We'll make it 2nd and goal from the 20. 8:10 left. Probably go inside and watch the Mets Nationals game if it's on YouTube TV. I got the MLB TV trial, so I'm trying that out. Out for the game is McMichael, so I think that's Hampton coming in to replace him out of Arkansas, Dan Hampton. 3rd and goal from the 20. And that is a gain of 7 yards for Harrison. They got to go for it on 4th and goal from the 13 with 7:51 left. Wouldn't make a lot of sense to kick a field goal. James is going to be way short of the first at the 8. As we say hello to Luke Brown. Hello, Luke. Hope all is well with you, sir. Yes, we are live. I'm going to try doing a couple of live broadcasts a week. They give you 20 hours on the free plan. Might as well use some of it, right? 1st and 10 from the 8. And I'm kind of trying to crunch a little time doing it live because I was listening to the Rays game on the radio down here. 1st and 10 at the 8. I don't have local cable, so I can't watch the games on TV, so I listen to them on the radio because of blackout restrictions. Off tackle right, Walter Payton from the 8. We have something going on here. A fumble, Indianapolis has it, but they encroached. And that's going to be 1st and 5 now from the 13. So the fumble and the recovery by the Colts do not count. I did say I was going to put some subs in. Luckman running almost out. He's about to tire. So we are going to go to, who should we go to? We should go to Mitchell Trubisky, who is now just signed up with the Steelers, if I remember correctly. He'll be wearing number 10. And we're going to take Peyton out. And we're going to put in Gail Sayers. Give him some carries with the ball. So 1st and 5, 6:57 left, and it's 34-7. Off tackle right, Sayers. Going to be a light day tomorrow. I'm just doing an HTBL game. Might tape the NBA 76 game for air on Sunday night, as I want to get my stuff in early Sunday so I could watch the Masters on CBS, a tradition unlike any other. It's one tournament, that and the U.S. Open, I like to watch every year. Medium fly to Mike Ditka, 2nd and 4. Anybody know anything about what happened with Tiger? Did he make the cut? Because I haven't gotten to my phone yet. Checked an update on the past couple of hours. Ditka, a 12-yard catch, and I don't even know why we're throwing the ball. And we'll go Sayers, 9-yard average if we sweep him to the left. I could always look it up, too. And Sayers dodging and weaving for a 20-yard gain. So hold on, folks. I'm gonna look it up here. I go to ESPN.com, and if Tiger missed the cuts, Tiger Woods has spent a lifetime of preparing for this kind of pain. Okay, so where is he on the leaderboard? So I'll tell you right now where he is. Tiger Woods is +1. Okay. So he rallied back a little bit, a 71 and a 74. So he'll make the cut. Congratulations, Tiger. Don't know how well he'll do after that. That's 20 yards, the longest run of the season for Gail Sayers. We'll go Kelliger on the dive. Just get this game over with. And that is a gain of 6 to make 2nd and 4 from the 48. Also planning to take a week off for the 4th of July. The week the 4th of July falls on, I'm probably going to take a week off. And I'm also planning to take off the week Christmas falls on and the week New Year's falls on for the holidays. Already writ that down as tentative plans. Gain of 1.
Defense. Number 98, 5-yard penalty, automatic, first down.
And the Colts can't get off the field. 1st and 10 at the 42 now. And we'll go back to Sayers, off tackle right side, and Sayers is just killing them. Gain of 7. Marcus Washington, his 10th tackle of the day. As Al says, a little Luke. And it's not letting me slow down. Okay. It's just not letting me scroll down. StreamYard isn't. 2nd and 3, 3:28 left to go. So again, I am fumbling around with my mouse. Off tackle right, Gail Sayers. Gain of 2. Maybe we'll do NBA 75-76 live Sunday night and after the Masters. That could be a plan. There's usually not a lot going on Sunday nights. 3rd and a yard at the 33. Sunday night baseball, yeah, but I'll take the chance going against the Yankees and Red Sox. So 3rd and a yard, dive, Gail Sayers with 2:48 to go. He gets the first down, and we'll go to the 2-minute warning. And your score is still 34-7. And let me see here if I could take some knees and whether or not the Colts will let me. So Chicago will be the number 1 seed if the playoffs ended today. As you might hear some heavy equipment on 74th Avenue behind me. So we'll take a knee again. Trubisky. And even the Colts are like, yeah, let's get out of here. Take our 27-point loss. And again, Trubisky on 3rd and 12. And that should do it. That's going to be the ball game. 34-7. Bears over the Colts. And they will go to 11-3 on the season. And based on point differential right now, they would be the number 1 seed with 4 weeks to play. Luckman, 3 touchdown throws to Hill, and to Duel. And the only score was Luck, 77 yards to T.Y. Hilton. 502 yards for Chicago, 298 for the Colts. So they had 298 yards, only got 7 off the deal. Luckman, Sharp, 12 of 17, 270 yards. His rate was 152.6, and even Trubisky was 116.7 on his one throw. Peyton, 147 yards. Sayers slashed with 49 yards on 7 carries in a relief effort. We had Harrison and Ditka each with 5 tackles, but Harlan Hill had 2 for 111 to lead everybody. And your defensive tackler leader was Washington with 11 yards. So that's the final of week 14. And I will go through the standings and give you the playoff projections first thing Monday. I can't really do it here and now doing this live. Chicago has the lead over Cleveland because they beat them twice already. So they're 11-3. Cleveland would be the 5 seed as the best wild card at 11-3, and New York would be 6th. I can tell you Dallas would be 4. Chicago is plus 94 with 375 total points, so they would be number 1 with plus 114 points to the good. Washington plus 98. And San Francisco plus 87. So it would be Chicago number 1, Washington number 2, San Francisco at 3, Dallas 4, Cleveland 5, New York 6. And we'll figure out the other 10 when we start our episode come Monday. And I think Ellie's going to join me one more time before we go. If Ellie could just scoot a little bit over. Could you scoot a little bit over, please? There we go. I'll show you Ellie again. Ellie likes to be the center of attention. She's a 2-year-old female cat, and which would make her 25 in human years. And she's a diva. So it's almost getting dark here in Seminole, Florida, so I'm going to get on out of here. This has been Big Pauly, wishing you all well. Godspeed, God bless. We will be back Monday, Lord willing, and if the creek doesn't rise, for week number 15 of the HTFL. Almost done with this regular season. Then in May, we get to the playoffs. So good night and God bless everybody. Bye-bye for now.